Another Friday night under the lights. We are at Largo High School tonight for the Catch 47 game of the week as the Packers take on the Dixie Hollins Rebels. Good evening, everyone. I'm Drew Felios. It is great to have you with us tonight. Largo and Dixie Hollins. Let's begin with the Rebels. Mike Morey has this team focused, and even though they've lost 2 games, still lots of football to be played.
They can be a good football team. They're just young, and they've been putting the ball on the ground and beating themselves, so they're ready to go. If they can hold on the ball, this will be a great game.
His quarterback, Joshua Brown, has to play well tonight. Jeff, what makes him special?
Well, you put your best athlete at quarterback, that's kind of what they've done. He's one of the best athletes on the team, and he's a left-hander, so he's close to my heart already.
Jamar McKinney on defense has been a terror for Dixie Hollins. He's another one that's got to be all over the field to stop this Largo offense.
The Largo offense is big. He's not super big. He is going to be fighting an uphill battle, but he's got the heart to do it.
As for Largo, Coach Rick Rodriguez in his 7th season finally has the program where he wants it. He says there's no one player on his roster who goes both ways, and that's a good thing. A lot of players out there for him.
He has size. He has good-looking athletes, and I walked right up to him and said, "You got a good-looking team." He said, "Well, let's see how we play. We do look good," and they do look good. We'll see how it happens.
And fullback Bryn Harvey is expected to be in the mix. He's a big kid. He plays fullback, and he runs it right up the middle.
Yeah, he's been a linebacker for the last couple years, but his size coming from he looks like a pro tailback, and he's big, and it's going to be tough to stop.
This Largo team is also fast at linebacker Malcolm Durham. Keep an eye on him. Number 14 will be calling his name a lot.
Yeah, he's not super big as you see the numbers on him, but Junior sticks his head in there, and he's going to be a guy.
Okay, it is football ahead. Largo hosting Dixie Hollins on the Catch 47 game of the week. We'll have the call when we come back.
Taking the time.
The Packers getting ready to run out on the field. The Dixie Hollins Rebels. There you see the team in white. Also ready for this matchup and ready to get back on the winning track after a couple of games in which they did not come out on the winning end, and they feel that they should have.
Sportsmanlike conduct. You need to remind your players and your coaches of this. This is a second reminder: no earrings, no chains, no jewelry to be played. Keep the shirts tucked in as much as you can. If you're the visitor team, we're going to call you white. You're the home team, we'll call you blue. Here's your coin. There's a head, there's a tail. Tail, head. Called in the air loud enough to Mr. Wharton. You ready?
Yep. Heads.
Heads is called, correct? Mm-hmm. It's a tail. You won the toss.
Oh, we take it.
You'd like to receive. You want to kick to the clock or from the clock?
Kick that way.
Kick that way. If white, you'll put your back here, please. Blue, if you'll come over here with me. Largo won the toss and will receive. Gentlemen, shake hands. Let's have a great ball game, guys.
And I think we will have a great ball game. The Largo Packers winning the toss. They will receive. Dixie Hollins will open the game on defense. The officials for tonight, we got a good referees: David Barber, the umpire Jethro Wharton, Beliris, Bothowich, the Beal, Catherine Dunham, and Pat will be working the clock. For the week, it's not been by rain, Jeff. It has been a beautiful day here in Pinellas County, so let's see how that plays out between the two teams. It seems like every game thus far has been wet conditions, wet footballs, and what have you.
That's exactly right. When we're out talking to the coaches, we're talking about how the field's going to hold up, what it's going to look like, keeping the ball off the ground. Now, Dixie Hollins, they need to keep the ball off the ground. That's kind of what's happened to them in their first couple of games. But this is really, perfect in weather conditions. You could say I'd like to have less humid, a couple cooler, but in general, this is perfect players.
Dixie Hollins tonight, the Largos wearing the all-blue jerseys. And here come the Rebels. Head coach Mike Morey looks on as his team looking to get back on the winning track after 2 consecutive losses, 1 to Northeast, 1 to Lakewood. And on the other side, here come the Largo Packers, and you know these guys are going to be ready to play. They beat Clearwater by 9, 23-15 in week 2 over Lakewood 47. Rick Rodriguez has got this rolling. We'll be talking about the level that this team has set, especially after a superstar, Dexter McCluster, has gone on to Ole Miss and is making a name for himself and this Largo program. This program just has kept on going, and I think, Jeff, so far that has been the most impressive thing on how this team has gotten maybe even better than last year.
Well, it'll be nice if that happens for these guys. They look good, and I expect them to play very well tonight.
Speaking of playing very well, Dixie Hollins has not played their games. They say it's because they've just shot themselves in the foot. Coach Rodriguez says is going to be turned tonight. We will see, though, as Dixie Hollins gets ready to kick it off. Dixie Hollins will be Mark Paetzel, a senior, 150, with for Largo, 7 feet. Harvey is also a senior. It's a gorgeous night. Fans are settling in, and we are ready for some football. Harvey will take it, and a little collision there. Ball's loose. He's down at the 16-yard line. Little miscommunication there from the Packers, so that is where they'll start it on the 16. The quarterback for the Packers, this guy, Leonard Johnson. And as I said in the open, Coach Rodriguez says we are going to turn this guy loose tonight. We have held him back the first 2 games, and we have not seen fully what he can do. You'll get a full dose of it tonight. A very athletic player.
Yeah, they've really been able to run the ball down the throats of the 2 opponents that they've had, and just keep the ball on the ground and just been effective that way. And it says, so you're going to do that again right until they stop you. And he said, no, actually, we're going to go. It'll be run a multifaceted attack.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Largo Packers. From their own 16, the handoff. It's the big guy, 27, has it. It's Bryn Harvey. Harvey racing down the sideline. Harvey finally dragged down at the 15-yard line. What a run by Bryn Harvey, an 80-yard gain.
Drew, we highlighted Harvey in the open and talked about his size. Well, the size didn't matter right here. He skips through a nice hole and steps out of the tackle, and then it's off to the races and just barely gets pulled down. Almost goes the distance on the first play of the game.
Call it a 70-yard gain for Bryn Harvey. The 15-yard line from the other sideline to left. A monster game for Harvey, and now it's the other guy, Howard. Tonight, Howard and Harvey will carry the bulk of the offense. Looks like. Let's take a look at the offense in just a second. It'll be 2nd down and about.
Drew, take a look at this. Harvey and Howard together, about a 50-pound difference between those 2 running backs.
They definitely look different. We got movement on the defensive side of the ball. It looks like it's going to be against Dixie Hollins. So the Packers will get, put them at about an inch. Largo offense looks like this. Harvey, Howard, Gaucher, and McCray. 2 talented receivers with Mike Helm, the tight end. Barnett, Hollister, Feldman, Peters make up the offensive. 2nd and 7. It's to Harvey, and he's going to be stacked up at the 11-yard line. No game. Nicely played that time by Hollins defense. The defense like this. Defend by Matt Pocket defensive end with Javarius, Thomas Williams, and Shadow Solomon. The linebackers, they'll go with 4 of them. Warren Cole and Jar Fort on the outside. The second, Travis Williams is one to watch. Michael Martin and Nick Mayorga also playing well so far. Williams on the carry. And the little guy sticks his head in there, gets it to the 15. 4 good running backs here. We knew that
14-0, and we go back to last week with the Buccaneers, and they were down 14-0 very early.